remember one of my bosses at General Motors, we're in a meeting, there's 20 of, us VPs and all this stuff, and he loses his head and he storms out, slams the door. Of course, being at General Motors way back then, we didn't move. And he came back in 5 minutes later and he goes, I just want to apologize to all of you. And there's no excuse for this. And I am a horrible role model. I just want to let you know I'm sorry. And he walks out. And it's like, wow. I mean, we would follow that guy to the end of the earth, right? And it's that level of authenticity and transparency, right?
It is. I mean, I have a great recollection of being in a meeting at Ford Motor Company and having this iconic leader that I was working for in his organization. He's now retired. And he loved 6 a.m., 7 a.m. meetings because it was manufacturing. So remember sitting down, it was kind of a big round wooden table. And we would have operating reviews in that environment. And one day there was an envelope on all of our kind of desks. So we sat down. And I remember leaning over and the guy next to me said, I bet we're not being invited to a party. I'm like, probably not. And so starts the meeting, and he basically says, now I'd like all of you to open the envelope. Okay, so we open the envelope. In the envelope is a mirror, round mirror. Okay, now hold the mirror up to yourself. And the learning of that situation was that it's not talking about every other organization and what everybody else needs to do. It's what are we as individual leaders going to do?
Right.
And what's our self-reflection on what we need to do better in our teams and our organizations to solve that problem? And that had a profound impact on me.
How symbolic is that? That is just great, right? Because it's the person staring back from the glass. That's you can control this.
You can control this.
Can you look at yourself in the mirror?
Right. Can you think about what you need to do better as a leader?
Yeah.
Can you think about what your organization needs to do better in terms of outcomes?
Right.
And this is the same person as well that used to have us go work the line. So the assembly line. So I remember being, early on in my career and spending 3 days working the assembly line, attempting to install windshield wipers with this wonderful employee that was kind of my coach, and thinking, goodness gracious, this is such a hard job to get these things to snap in and actually stay in position. And we had like 30 seconds to do the installation for every single one. And it's like, this is the hardest job on the planet. And I tell you, it taught me a lot about how do you design for manufacturing, how do you design the engineering right so it can actually be produced.
Right.
What do the employees that actually have to deal with these products live on a day-to-day basis? And how hard are those jobs?
Right. It is a tough job. And that's another thing we have in common, because my first job at General Motors, I was a production foreman, second shift, chassis line, Clark Avenue plant, Cadillac, right? And I had 30 of the biggest guys working for me. And either, when the line's going, Cadillac was going about 1 a minute. And the guy would bounce the tire, boom, adjusted perfectly, zzz, the lug nuts. And I'm going, and one of the guys said to me, and this is, I'm just starting out. They used to call me Mr. West Pointer. I had a white shirt and a tie, right? And they go, I bet you can't do that. I go, oh man, I could do that. I played basketball, right? Oh my God, it was a mess. I mean, it looked like the I Love Lucy thing, and then they had to press the button to stop the line. And when that happens, that's like code red. And that was a humbling moment. They were just laughing. And after that, they were just great friends, It's really getting your nose dirty in the ring and give it a shot, right?
Yeah, go work in the day in the life.
Go work in the day in the life.